Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're gonna make black currant jam. Have you ever heard of black currants before? Well, let me show you. Black currants are berries that are part of the ribes family. There are other berries also that belong to that family, like white currants, red currants, and gooseberries, but the black currants have the most pectin in them. They're actually, of the berry world, the pectin powerhouse. So if you're like me and you want to avoid commercial pectin whenever possible, this may be your answer. You can use this while making other types of jams, like say blueberry or raspberry. But today we're just gonna make black currant, and you're gonna see how quickly this jam sets up. You don't have to let it sit there forever, boiling down or any of that, because it's just loaded with the pectin. I'm gonna have the recipe linked below, so let's get started. First, we're going to soften the currants. We're going to add a ½ cup of water and then 4 cups of the black currants. Now we're gonna simmer this for 10 minutes until the skins soften and some of the berries burst. This is important for black currants because the skins are pretty tough. Next, we're going to add the sugar. We're gonna heat gently and stir this until it's dissolved. We're gonna bring this up to a roiling boil, and we're gonna keep on stirring it just so the berries don't burn to the bottom or get scorched. Once it gets hotter and starts to feel like it's getting thicker, I like to put a thermometer in there just to see what is the temp. If you go to 220 on this, it's gonna be too late for you, okay? So you don't want that. I put this in there just as a gauge to see, okay, am I almost there? What's going on? I'm really looking for around 216 to 217. Once you have your jam that is of this consistency and it looks like this with the big rounded bubbles, you can also test it on a frozen plate to see if the consistency is what you're looking for. So I've got this here. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go like this. And if it doesn't fall back together again, then that's thick enough. That's what we're looking for. We don't want it to be too syrupy or too hard, because if you do let black currant jam go for a long time, it's gonna be hard like a rock. Trust me, I've done it. You don't want that. Next, I'm gonna fill my jars and then steam can them. In case you've never used a steam canner before, a steam canner is much easier, much lighter than your traditional canner. It's easy. I will never go back to the old style of water bath canning. All you need is this much water. This much water, that's all you need. It's really easy, and there's a temperature gauge that's right in the lid, so it tells you when you're ready to process, all that. I highly recommend a steam canner. It is a recognized canning technique. Okay, so let's put this on and we wait. With this recipe, you're gonna get 6 little jelly jars. That's how much 4 cups of black currants is gonna get you. Now, in case you didn't notice, maybe you did, there is no lemon juice that was added to this recipe because the black currants are high in acid. The acidity is very high in them, so you don't need to do any of that. Now, let me show you guys what the jam looks like. I put the leftover part, in the fridge for a few minutes, and you can see how it is. Do you see how thick that actually is? So you definitely do not want to overcook this. I cannot stress that enough. You do not want to. So I'm going to spread this on and look at this. This is the easiest jam ever. The easiest ever. And it comes out. I've had many a jam turn into syrup or, then it's ice cream syrup, right? Or you can add it to your yogurt. But this is the most, for me, fail-proof. Fail-proof, at least when I'm not using a commercial pectin. So let's see. Look at that beautiful dark color. Delicious. Thanks for being with me today. I hope you enjoy some black currant jam, and until next time.